My name is Riedel. I'm working at the Jülich Supercomputing Center in Germany. I'm currently the chair of the Grid Interoperation Now community group, which is an open forum, so to speak, within OGF to talk about all related activities of interoperation, interoperability of standards. I'm also the chair of the PGI working group, which is the Production Grid Infrastructure working group, a spin-off of the GIN activities, to feedback the open standard experience we got from the production infrastructures back into OGF in the different specifications like BES, usage records, SRM, etc. I think one of the major success stories we have in OGF is clearly the specifications around the basic execution services from my perspective. This is a momentum where we have a lot of adoptions, and we had a lot of presentations at Supercomputing 2009, 2010, etc., 2011 will be also one where we actually have the first really broad adoption of a computing standard. And nowadays we also have already lessons learned a lot. That means we can really put this experience back into the specification now to have a very strong and persistent specifications over a long period of time now, influencing potentially new user groups. While the second major success story is a collaboration, I guess, in general, where we have GIN, for instance, as one forum with an international endeavor where we bridge Europe, for instance, with US, leading to common proposals, for instance, Exceed or EMI in Europe. I think here we have a history very much that I observe between US and Europe. So we have, for instance, DISA in Europe, which is closely collaborating with TerraGrid. We have the EGE and EGI projects working together with Open Science Grid. So what I would like to see is a kind of another counter endeavor, so to speak, in Asia, a kind of persistent production infrastructure we can bridge to and collaborate within the projects together to have actually a worldwide coverage then of production infrastructures, and also more closer collaboration as we have now potentially inside these infrastructures. I think one of the major ones would be certainly to see and understand actually where grids and clouds end. We have grids on cloudy days, we know this, but to understand the things behind, or the elements behind in terms of distributed systems in general, is surely something we need to understand, and then to actually see where we can have standardized interfaces to cope with the demands of both, and in this sense create a general ecosystems of standards that serve the needs of grid users and cloud users as they have the requirements. At the same time, I would also say that the next challenges are clearly in the user domain as well. While we have to always make sure to bring the message of standards across to users and say there are benefits in actually supporting standards, you avoid vendor locks and such kind of things, while at the same time the standards themselves might be not that relevant to users, that they just simply use them underneath but still require them.